Should you stop vaping? Now, first of all, you see a lot of my videos. I do put out a lot of information about the ability to stop smoking, what it's like, how to do it, how you feel, why you should. Basically, stopping smoking cigarettes is the main thing the main message I have, the main thing I do. Now, with that said, people have asked, well, what about vaping? And I'm not an expert at vaping, but I am an expert at least at living and getting past the nicotine addiction, because it is something that I've done successfully in the past. Now, with that said, I did a little bit of research about vaping, and there's several things I've been able to find out. And you know, if you ask to yourself, well, is vaping safe? First of all, if I'm a cigarette smoker, am I better to vape? If I'm just a vapor, if I want to smoke and I don't want to do cigarettes, should I vape? So let me just answer that by telling you a couple things that I've learned about vaping. And again, this is information I've got offline, but I'm going to deem that it's reputable, and it would certainly give me cause for concern if I was vaping. So as far as reasons you should stop vaping, well, start out with asthma. Believe it or not, vaping can make somebody more likely to get asthma. I had no idea. Vaping could be more likely to cause a person to get asthma, as well as other lung conditions. Think about that. A perfectly normal person without asthma can vape and end up with a lung condition or asthma. Lung scarring is another thing that's actually something that a person can get because they vape. Who would think? I mean, you're thinking you're doing something that has a lower impact on your body, and instead lung scarring is a possibility. Organ damage. This really kind of blew me away. Vaping can actually cause organ damage to a person. Addiction. Vaping, for the most part, most vaping liquids all have a level of nicotine in them to make sure that you become addicted. You vape because you get the nicotine. The nicotine makes you feel good inside, and the nicotine tells you you need more nicotine, so you vape more. So you don't want to be addicted to nicotine. You shouldn't be addicted to anything. What you should be addicted to is life, and living a healthy life and a happy life and being a good person. So, who thought that nicotine was also a problem in vaping, as well as certainly a primary problem with cigarette smoking? Then the secondhand smoke, again, something I did not know was a problem with vaping, but secondhand smoke is a problem with people that vape. Now again, this is probably a problem with any of your household members if you vape inside, or co-workers if you're allowed to vape on the job or in the office. I'm sure it's a concern to your pets, as smoking cigarettes might be, to your neighbors, and I'm sure the environment. I see clouds of vape coming out when I see people doing this. All that goes somewhere, so I'm sure it's an environmental issue. And then finally, how many more things do you need? Finally, I found out there's actually a risk of explosions from vaping. I don't really know how. Again, I don't understand the science. But if you were to tell me when I was a cigarette smoker that if there was a chance my cigarette could explode, I probably would have been a little quicker to learn to be an ex-smoker. But in this case, they actually say that vaping and the products you use to vaping can actually cause an explosion, which would certainly cause harm. So I hope that this quick look at vaping may help you change your mind about what you want to do. If you have any kind of a nicotine addiction, if you have any kind of mental addiction, and again, the way I see it, the reason I'm even doing this video is I think vaping is very much along the lines of cigarette smoking, whereby you have the nicotine to be concerned about, and then you also have the mental addiction. I think that the methods to change your life are probably very similar. I think you'd benefit by knowing what I did. So with that said, if you want to find out how I quit smoking successfully 15 years ago, I ask you click one of the links around this video. Please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you as an ex-vapor.